And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for the brand new DC HBO Max series, Peacemaker, starring John Cena, directed by James Gunn, and produced by James Gunn, created by James Gunn, and a follow-up to The Suicide Squad. So, if you haven't watched Peacemaker, spoiler alert for all 3 episodes, and don't worry, I'm going to be breaking it up into 3 episodes, individually. So, let's talk about it. So, we all know in Peacemaker, he was this character that came out of nowhere in the Suicide Squad, and he was pretty much things that, to get freedom and justice and all that stuff, he has to kill, murder, all that stuff. He has to do it. That's like his motto. He thinks getting peace is by basically being a murderer. And in the Suicide Squad, he was picked to become, a member of Task Force X to go on a mission in the Court of Maltese and help stop a giant starfish. And we all know that. Now, this does take place after that. He did get shot by Bloodsport, spoiler alert, by Idris Elba. He survived, and he wakes up in the hospital, and, he's not even sure, like, is he still a part of the task force? Are the cops after him? So he goes on his own, try to get back on his feet. And of course, he gets right back into the mission with Task Force X. They show up at his doorstep. Brand new team that consists of the girl from the first one, the one who was on the computer, who was, taking all the bets. The guy with the beard and the glasses, who was also like the tech support. He was like, oh man, a big giant kaiju from the trailer. He shows up again, and then we get some new characters. One who is Amanda Waller's daughter, so she shows up, and then the new mission is that there's an alien force out there taking over people's body, kind of like Invaders of the Body Snatchers in a way, or like maybe Secret Invasion type thing, where some political figures are being taken over. Now, Cena's character doesn't really know too much about it. He just tell him, we need you, you're going to shoot this, you're going to do what you're told, otherwise you'll blow up your neck. Okay, I'll do it. And then we get that. So, but what I liked about this first episode was the fact that it did what I kind of wanted the Book of Boba Fett to do, was the fact that it gave us 3 episodes right off the bat. So, when you go watch it on HBO Max, or you can get the free subscription or whatever for it, you watch the first, the free 30 days, whatever it is, you get the first 3 episodes. So right off the bat, we get to understand these characters. Who are they? And exactly, what's their intention in this show. That's going to be, I think it's going to be like 8 episodes, I believe. I think it's 8 episodes. I'm not too sure. Anyway, and right off the bat, you actually care about these characters. Like when we see John Cena in the Suicide Squad, he's just a guy in jail. He's acting like a soldier. He's following Amanda Waller's orders. And then when we get to this show, we find out, guy sucks. The guy's pretty much a pathetic loser who, he's a murderer that nobody likes. He talks way too much that he should. He has no friends except an eagle that's literally a bald eagle. And that's like the only thing he has in his life that actually matters to him. There's this other guy named Vigilante who's also, in his mind, they're friends. And Cena's, Peacemaker's like, I pal around with you because you're like a murderer too, like I am. So, whatever. And we also find out that Peacemaker, there was a Peacemaker before him. So technically John Cena's Peacemaker too, in a way, where his father, Patrick, played by Patrick Dempsey, Patrick, oh man, what's his last name? I think is it Dempsey? I don't remember. The actor from Terminator. Anyway, he plays, he was, I guess, the original Peacemaker. The guy is a real racist douchebag. And he doesn't even care that his son was in jail or like, oh yeah, you got out of jail. Congratulations. Like, hey, what do you want? Medal? Like, he does not care about I think it's Chris, which is his real name. Doesn't care about him, and you wonder why Cena's so, trying to get friends with, you know, other murderers and psychopaths, because he really doesn't have friends or anybody that cares about him. Yeah, sure, he's a murderous psychopath who thinks he's doing justice, but he's not really doing it. And, you know, we get to see that in this, and it's just like, wow. And then, like I said, it really showed us, like, you actually care about this character. You find out Amanda's Waller's daughter. She's very new to the team. She's, you know, she's a lesbian, so that's cool. And, you know, she's not so gifted in the field, so this will be her first field work. And, you know, she's still brand new to the whole world of task forcing and doing what the government needs to do with these scum, you know, villains and stuff. And then you have Hardcore, who's like this hacker assassin, kind of like a Black Widow type character, who's pretty much a loser in her own right, but she's a very gifted, badass, crazy person that, you know, I think Cena's character, I think Peacemaker likes her, but we'll see how that turns out. Anyway, and she's basically, you know, Peacemaker's like babysitter, so there's that. And they go on the first mission to try to take out these they call it butterflies, which basically are like the aliens that take over people's bodies. So, and we get some great stuff in here. We get some great opening entrance. We get some great fight scenes in here. And I thought the first episode was very cool in introducing us to this character and showing us who is Peacemaker and what exactly is he. Because, you know, James Gunn did not really set him up so well. And he did that on purpose. And that's a good thing. He did that on purpose to not really set him up in the Suicide Squad, to tell us a backstory to who he is, to save it for here, and it worked. And I think they did a really good job with showing us, like, and making us care for Peacemaker as a character. I think he was really cool. His friend Vigilante is basically the most bargain basement version of a Deadpool Ryan Reynolds character you ever gonna meet. Very different from the comics, very different from the Arrow show, and I thought he was great. He was funny, he was nerdy, he was hardcore, and he has a mouth on him too. It's very cool. And first of all, this show is very graphic, so I do warn you, if you have children and they want to watch it, don't let them, because this show is kind of violent and it shows nudity and all that stuff. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend for children under 18. So yeah, no. But anyway, that's just me. But yeah, first episode was great. And then I got right into the second one, but I will talk about it in the second half. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about Peacemaker episode 1. Did you guys enjoy the first episode? What did you guys thought about the tone of this first episode? To me, like I said, I thought it did a really good job of setting up the tone of it and showing us who these characters are, and basically getting us as audiences to care about them. So, and also caring about a bald eagle that's actually a CGI character that really looks realistic in here. So, go figure. And the eagle, Eagly, is the name of it. Amazing. So, you know, we'll talk about more about that in the second half. So, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. Thank you very much and have a good day.